because I can pick topics and I can train pretty much on anything, just, off the bat. Um, but I really wanted to know what you guys wanted to hear because I didn't want to jump on here and just train on something random. You know what I mean? I want it to be what you want, what you need, what are you dealing with, what's going on? So, I asked, and a lot of you guys had said, or one of you, not a lot of you, one of you had said how to launch someone for duplication. So, how should you be launching a brand new business partner? Um, Anytime I sign up a new business partner, I always send, first of all, you need to get on the phone with them so that you know where they want to take this business. Are they, because there's three categories. When someone joins your business, there's three categories that they are in. They're either a walker, a runner, or a sprinter. Okay. So we need to figure out what kind of part they're going to play in your business. So that's when I'm asking them questions and I get on the phone with them and I'm doing a pre-onboarding call. Basically, I'm going to say, why did you sign up? I want to know why. How big is their why? Is it just, oh, I don't know, I just like the patches. Okay, that's not very big why. You know what I mean? And it's also going to tell me how much they believe in their self. Because if they're just, if they're like, I want to change my life, I want to make millions of dollars, I want to do this, I want to do that, this is my goal, da 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 da, right? Then they believe that they can do it. If they're saying they want to make hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars, if they want to, be able to do this or open an orphanage or do all these things, right? Like these big dreams, they believe that they can do that, or they're not going to tell you that that's what they want, right? They're going to hold it back because they don't believe it's possible. So I want to dig out what do you want, right? So why? Number one, take notes. If you're taking notes, number one is why. You're asking your new person why they're doing this. Why did they join? You might already know it, but just have them tell you. Okay. Number two, time. How much time do you have to put into this business weekly? What does that look like for you? What does this look like in your schedule? Are you going to be on the calls? Are you going to be able to invite people to calls? Can you talk to two new people a day? Is that going to fit into your schedule? Are you around people? Are you able to connect with people to tell them about LifeWave? Okay. Number three is money. How much money do you want to make a week in this business? That's also going to tell you how much they believe in themselves. Because I've signed up people who said, I want to make 10,000 a week. That is incredible. Not a lot of people are making 10,000 a week in this world, right? So that's good money, especially doing it from home or working from home, working from anywhere, right? Not having a boss, not having to, all the things. So why, time, money? And those are three really important questions. So I'm going to figure out where they're at. If they are someone who is a walker, they don't really believe in themselves, they aren't really going to be able to make it to the calls. They probably just signed up for a bigger discount. They're a walker, right? They're not your sprinter. They're not like, let's go. We're working this business. We're ready to go. Okay. So we've determined they're a walker and they are going to get less of your time because they're not going to produce income. This is a business, you guys. So when you hear me say things like that, it's not to be mean. It's not because we don't care. This is a business. And when you treat it like a business, you will make money like it's a business. If you treat it like a hobby, it's going to pay you like a hobby. So your walkers are going to get not very much of your time. When you see someone who's a runner, it's pretty much someone who says, I want to make $500 a week. I just need grocery money. I need to be able to pay my car payment. I just need help, financially. Would love to be on the calls. I'm going to try my best to be on the calls. Um, I'm going to go to the event in Destin. I've got, I want to get my ticket for that. Like they're paying attention, right? These people, which majority of people are runners. Okay. They're not sprinters. And it's kind of like poor, middle class, and rich. That's kind of like how it is. Most people are middle class, right? So that's kind of what we're looking at here. Our runners are people who they're just kind of like, they show up and they're signing people up, but they're not, you know, like, wow, they're really killing it. Your sprinters are going to be your less than 1% of people. Okay. Your sprinters are, and let's not just talk about your team, but let's look at LifeWave as a whole. There is a top 1% in the company. And you know how many people are there? Not very many. Because those are sprinters. Those are people who devote their entire life to LifeWave. Like this is everything to them. They are doing this full time and they are flying on airplanes to go meet with their team. Even you guys, listen to me. When I joined my last company, I was never successful in network marketing. I was in my last company for 8 years. I made $10 million. It completely changed our life. I was a sprinter from day one. The first check that I got was $1,500. You know what I did with it? I reinvested it back into my business. So you don't have to be making millions of dollars to be jumping on airplanes for your team. I was flying on airplanes the first couple of months of my last company, launching people, not knowing if they were going to be successful or not, but I poured everything that I had into them because that's all I had. I wasn't like, they're not really gonna, you know, do anything. So whatever. No, I was like, you're having an event. You're inviting 20 people. I am flying there. I will be there. I'm bringing my upline with me and we're going to do this event. And that's how I blew up my business. I kid you not, you guys. Every person I flew to, there was someone in California, North Carolina, North Dakota. I drove to Texas and did an event. Trying to think. Where else? I kid you not. I can name these people by name. Every person that I went and flew to or drove to and did a launch event for them, they either hit the top of the company, which means you're making a lot of money, made it over $1 million in commissions, or they were just with me in the business for years and years and years and produced hundreds of thousands of volume and income and grew a substantial team because I believed in them before they believed in themselves. I stepped out and said, this is what's going to happen. We're having an event. You're going to invite this many people and we're doing it. I didn't ask people, what do you think? Do you want to do this? Do you not? No, this is what we're doing. We're doing it. It's happening. We're going to make it happen. Okay. And that's what people need to see, and they will follow what you do. So if you step out and do these things, you're going to see your team start to do it. And that's what I started to see. I left California, went back home to Oklahoma. They started having events. They started growing. They were my largest organization, bringing in millions and millions of sales a month on my team. And they were literally just having events, telling people about the business, telling people about the product. It was just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Everyone was doing the same things. But if it starts with you. So if you are not doing it, your team's not going to do it. Nobody's going to do it. And remember, whatever you do, your team will do about 10% of that. Or let's say 10% of the people will do that. You can say either way. Okay. Not very many people are going to do what you're doing, but the ones who do, those are your runners or your sprinters. Those are the people who you pour all of your time into. And sometimes we think, oh, we build these leaders, they've got it, they can do their own thing. Actually, no. That's who you spend most of your time with. And I've heard it multiple ways. You might hear people say 20% of your time is going to go to 80% of your people. And 80% of your time is going to go to the top 20% of your people. That's pretty much what I'm telling you. Most of your time is going to be spent with your people who are super successful on your team. So that's what I do as a leader. I am not going to invest my time in people who are doing nothing. I have people who come to me and they message me and they text me and they're complaining and complaining and complaining. And I'm like, you've been in this for 2 years with me, but you haven't even signed one person up. Why are you complaining? I'm not messaging you back, right? Like that's not worth my time. You haven't done anything and you are complaining about a call schedule. You know, you're going to have people like that. You're going to have people who sign up and they just come to every call and they just love the patch and they are telling people about it, but they're just not closing and they're not signing people up. And I'm hoping my dog doesn't pee on the floor. Sorry, we got a puppy. And so that's where it's like you either got it or you don't. Like some people got it or they don't. So you have to make sure that they're following the system. And the most important part of what we do is close, learning how to close. So if you guys don't know how to close a sale, I can do a whole training on this, but go to YouTube and type in how to close a sale and watch different videos of different people, and they'll tell you their way of doing it, and you find what works for you and you do it. And guys, really, it's as simple as finding the problem, giving them a solution, and then reminding them when the end of the conversation is happening. So you were telling me you have this horrible knee pain and we have this X39 patch. So Joan is like, I love closing. Don't you want to, get rid of that knee pain? Let's go ahead and order right now so you can get rid of that knee pain, right? Like you're reiterating what it is that the problem is, and you're saying, I have a solution, so let's get it done. And you're going to have objections. That's the other thing, learning how to deal with objections. Go to YouTube, type in network marketing objections. Go watch videos of people who have been super successful in this industry. When I was 23 years old and I joined my last company, I would sit on YouTube all night long and literally watch people train me on network marketing. It was YouTube University. That's what I called it. And I would get on there every night until 2 a.m. and just watch videos with my headphones in and just take it in, take it in. And then I would take what I liked and not take what I didn't like about it. But you have to educate yourself. And the best part about this is you can learn you can earn as you learn. So as you're learning and doing these things, you can make money. You can sign up your friends and family and talk to your warm and hot market. Do you need to go outside? Ma'am, can you wait? My golden retriever, she's like licking my elbow. And you need a bath. Ooh, okay. So yeah, YouTube is going to be the best place. Okay. Then following up, someone asked, how do we follow up with people? Everyone's going to tell you a different way to do it. As long as you are following up, that's what's most important. What do you say when you follow up? Again, reminding them and closing the sale. That's all you're doing is closing. So you're telling them the problem that they told you, reiterating the problem and giving them the solution. And guys, offer to do the computer work for your people. If they're signing up as a brand partner, but if they're signing up as a customer, which you guys should be getting customers, okay? Customers are a really big deal. That's the bread and butter of your business. That is residual income, and you'd have to do nothing. Like they're just ordering. My last team, we were bringing in 80 million sales a month, $80 million a month. Okay. You want to know why that number was so high? Because we focused on customers. For every one brand partner, we would get 4 customers, literally, because we would get a bonus for that. So that's why those numbers are significant. But you guys, that right there, 4 plus 1, that builds a really strong business, a really residual income. If your team is signing up customers, you will have residual income and they will have residual income. If you're just doing a one and done and you're just signing up a brand partner and then they're like, oh, I'm not going to do the business. So they just stop buying the product because they're like, oh, I'm not doing the business. You just lost them, right? That's your opportunity to call them and say, hey, let's downgrade you to a customer. Because, you're not doing the business, so you need to be a customer. You want customers. Trust me. I have built a lot of millionaires in this industry. and it is from customers. Yes. Look at the chat, you guys. One sleeve of patches is 77 PV, 16 customers. On one sleeve is 1,232 points. So you need 16 customers on one sleeve. That's just 16 people on one sleeve, 16 sleeves of X39. So customers, if people are hesitant, hey, here's my link. This gets you 20% off. It's like you're an affiliate. It's not a big deal. There's no pressure. Here's a 20% off discount code. Use my link and be a preferred customer. And then if you decide you want to work the business, let's chat. You need to hear about this. By the way, there is an opportunity call starting in 45 minutes after this. So if you need to get on the phone real quick and follow up with some people while we're on here, I would encourage you to do that. So what you do is you go to your people that you've talked to who've shown interest in the patch and you say, you voice message them. You do not text them. You voice memo everyone. Okay. Hey, Susie, I know we were talking about the patch a little while back. Wanted to let you know there is an opportunity call happening in the next 45 minutes. You know, you were telling me about your Hashimoto's that you're dealing with. I really, really think that you need to try this. And I think you would have an incredible result, but I want you to hear exactly how this patch works. So let me know if you can jump on in 45 minutes and I'll send you the link. Okay, that was just an example. Because people are always like, hey, I've got Hashimoto's. Hey, I've got arthritis. I've got this. Will that help? Will it help? Will it help? I don't know. Get on the call, right? Learn what this patch does and how it works. I don't want to sit there and be a doctor and explain to someone and give them medical advice and waste all my time and waste my day. I've got 3 kids. I'm running other businesses. I've got things going. We're busy. We're all the things. You better not have peed on my rug. I think that's what you just went and did. Oh my gosh. Okay. It's a washable rug. Praise the Lord. Ruggable. You can throw them in the washer. Okay. Stop licking me. I know. Okay, let her outside real quick, guys. One sec. Follow up. Okay. So following up is what you want to do because there's that. Here's the deal, guys. Professional urgency is what you want. So you're following up with them 45 minutes, 30 minutes before a call. That's perfect. People are driving home from work. They're cooking dinner. Hey, no big deal. Just listen. If you're cooking dinner or whatever, just jump on and listen. If they're a mom, they're probably cooking dinner, giving the kids a bath, whatever. Just let them know this can fit into your life. Just jump on and listen to this Zoom because it's not going to be recorded and I do not want you to miss it. Right? Like professional urgency. You can't, and you're making it about them. It's not about you. It's just about them. So I really encourage you guys to start reaching out right now and following up. Let's do that real quick. Let's just take 5 minutes. Okay, it's 6:20, so it's 6:25. Can we pause the recording too? Hey, Katie. We're gonna pause the recording and like for 5 minutes, let's follow up with people. Just like I did. I voice messaged them. If you're on your phone on this Zoom, that might be a problem. You might have to close out and jump back on. But at 6:20, because it might be 7:20 if you're Eastern time, so 7:20. For 5 minutes, let's all follow up. Okay? We'll jump back on in 5 minutes. It's not 6:20 yet. It's 6:19, so I'm waiting a second. I have a lot of people to follow up with. So I'm just going to go to my Instagram. I'm going to go to my messages and I have everyone flagged that I need to follow up with or that are prospects. So that's how I do it on Instagram. When people message me, you can hold it down and you can click add label. So like, can you guys see this? I don't know if you can see this. If you hold it down, you can see add label. And then you click on that and you can, Alexa, turn off. You can put it as a lead. So then I can go to my filters and I can go to leads. And then it shows me my leads. And now I can follow up. So y'all want to watch me follow up with Lori. I'm going to do this for Lori. I'm going through our messages real quick. Okay. She said she was in the hospital. This is in August. She was in the hospital. She had a bowel obstruction, already had incisional hernia repair. Okay. Hey, Lori, how are you? I just wanted to reach out to you and let you know that we're having an opportunity call, which is going to go over the patch and a little bit about the business opportunity, which you can stay on for that part if you want to. But I know I had sent you a link a while back, and I don't know if you jumped on that call or not, but there is an opportunity call happening here in 40 minutes and it will not be recorded. I know you caught the replay of that last call, but I can send you the link to it so you can jump on and just listen because I want you to hear exactly what this patch is going to do for you. And we also have new opportunity slides. So if you did see that last opportunity call, I feel like this is so much more simple and easy to understand and retain when you jump on the call. So, anyways, not that you needed to know that, but let me know if you want the link and I can send it over. So, see, I'm just normal. It's not scripted. I'm just like, hey, what's up? We're friends, right? When people feel that you're truly just being kind and like reaching out and saying, hey, I want you to get on the call, you know? And it's okay to mess up. If you mess up on it, don't delete it. Like, of course, I told her the new slide, she don't care. But hey, it makes her feel like, oh, yeah, whatever. Um, when people feel like you are being authentic, they're going to listen to what you have to say. Does that make sense? And that has been my superpower. And I think that's just how I've always been, like goofy. Like if I get on stage and I mess up and I'm like, I don't even care, whatever. Um, it works. I promise you it works. Not being perfect, not being scripted. So let's go ahead and follow up. We got a couple more minutes. Okay, I feel like that was enough time for you guys to go ahead and um, follow up with a few people. So, that's how I do it, guys. I just stay over there, bub. What? Okay, oh, hang on one second. Hi. Bird went in. Okay, I'll let you know. It'll be ready in just a second, okay? Sorry, guys, I had to turn off my oven. When that timer went off earlier, I was supposed to turn my oven off. Yikes. Okay, so following up is huge. You guys, that is what I do all day long. Is I voice message and I follow up with people. When I'm sitting in the car pickup line picking my kids up from school, I'm following up. That is the most important thing. The fortune is in the follow up. So if you want to know how to close, if you're still having trouble with it, assume the sale, by the way. Assume the sale. But go to YouTube and type in closing the sale. Okay. There's this girl named Shelby Sapp. She uses kind of some bad language sometimes, but she is so good. And do not buy her $5,000 course that she sells. You can find everything you need on YouTube. Okay. Never buy courses. You don't, guys don't need to buy any courses. Okay. Don't do that. If you have, it's okay. I forgive you. But I'm telling you, don't waste your money. Everything I learned was either in a book, an audio book, because I hate to read. So I would do audio books or on YouTube. Okay. So that Shelby Sapp girl, she's on Instagram and everything's in English that she does, but she knows what she's talking about. She does high ticket sales and she will tell you how to close the sale. If it works for high ticket, it's going to work for anything. Okay. So, and people like to say that we're not in sales. Yeah, there's a point where you're not because you're just sharing it because you love it. But there is a point where you are. We are selling something. You know what I mean? You are talking to cold market, you're warming them up to your warm market, and you're selling them something. Like that is what we do. So I don't know why people say we don't do sales because I feel like we do. Okay, is there anything? Yeah, Shelby Sapp. Yeah, that's it. Shelby Sapp. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's good. She's really good. She's really young too. She's like 24 or something. She lives down in Florida. She makes millions of dollars selling high ticket courses. She has a team of girls. They like sell. She teaches them how to sell these high ticket courses. And then they make a commission off of it. They're selling her course basically. I don't know. Anyway, they make like 10% or something. Okay. I'm looking at the chat. Okay, is there anything else? We've been on here almost 30 minutes. I just love to keep it simple. I do. When I'm prospecting, I keep it simple. When I am training, I keep it simple. Everything's got to stay simple. And naturally, I just do that. I don't like to, dig into all the science and stuff. That's okay if you do, but keep it to yourself. You don't want to share it with everyone, because not everyone cares about that. What we're doing is when it comes to the business side, is showing people you can have the life that you choose, not that someone's chosen for you, right? Like you are able to live how you want to live, right? It's not, you're not stuck working at this place or that place. You can make an income here to where you have choices. That's what we want. We want people to have time and choices. And so that's what this business does. More than making 100,000 a year or whatever, they can't imagine what that means. You have to tell them this is what it means for you. And you have to ask people questions. What is it that you want out of your life? Like what are your dreams? What do you want to do? Do you want to work at Cracker Barrel for the rest of your life? Or do you have things that you have plans on doing these things, right? What are your plans? What does your life look like? You could ask that to a complete stranger. I mean, in a nice way. But like, hey, do you love working here? It seems like you're really good at what you do. Have you been doing this a while? And then they're like, yeah, just it pays the bills or whatever. Man, there's so much more to life than that. I would love to sit down and talk to you about something, but what is it that you want other than working here? So like you're mentioning it, but then you're asking a question. Like what else do you want out of life? Do you have like, big dreams and goals? And they're like, yeah, I want to do this or that or da, 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 and they start telling you, man, okay, well, I can show you a way to make that happen, with whatever time frame you want it to happen. Would love to have a call with you or love to sit down and talk to you or whatever you want to do, however you want to say it. But you just have to find a way by asking questions to bring it up and be genuine, right? If they don't want anything to do with it, that's totally fine. Move on to the next person, right? Keep talking to new people every single day. That's how your business is going to grow. But you have to follow up and you have to close. You cannot just leave loose ends flying around. Can't have any loose ends. You know what I mean? Like we have to, um, it's like a constant wheelhouse. You do have to keep recruiting. But there comes to a point in your business, obviously, where you're like, okay, I've got a solid team. You're not going to recruit as much. You're going to be helping your team recruit and helping your team do calls and doing events and things like that. Things change. I mean, when you're a leader in the business, but I got to tell you, if you're not where you want to be, keep recruiting. You have to find rock stars. You have to find people that are going to outwork you and that want to take this further, even if you're not involved, right? Like, even if you're not here, your team is still going. That's what you want. Okay. So thanks for jumping on tonight. We have that opportunity call happening. Who is it Sarah or Kyle doing that call? Oh, it's Sarah and Devin. Perfect. Okay, Sarah and Devin are tonight on the opportunity call. So follow up. I would follow up for the next 30 minutes with the people that you have. Pick up the phone and call them. Voice message them. Do not text anybody. Okay, that's one of my biggest pieces of advice. They need to hear your voice. Do not be scripted. Don't even look at the phone when you're doing it. Just look into the sky or like you're talking to someone. Create professional urgency. And, you know, that's it. Invite them to the call. They ignore you, whatever. Invite them to the next call. Keep messaging them because you never know when something in their life is going to change and they're like, okay, maybe I do need to jump on this call because he's messaged me 100 times telling me I need to get on, so maybe I should just do it. Right? That's what it's going to be for them. That's what's going in their head. People are busy, by the way. They're not thinking about LifeWave like you are. Right? And no one cares until they know what it's going to do for them. They don't care. They don't care what you have. They don't care about it. They don't care. They want to know what is this going to do for me? That's all they want to know. So you find the problem and you give them a solution, whether it's financially, whether it's community, maybe they're depressed and alone and they want something to be a part of. Welcome to LifeWave. We've got all these calls, we've got events, we've got people that'll, help you in any way. So, all right, guys, thanks for jumping on tonight. I know this was short and sweet. Hopefully, you got something out of it. And let's follow up until the call that's happening in 25 minutes. All right, bye. Good night.